Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a truly fascinating look at how we actually mend our fractured world. We'll be guided by Maxwell J. Aromano's incredible book, Rebuilding Trust, Redemption's Echoes in a World Striving to Mend the Fabric of Trust. Look, if you've ever wondered how a society recovers after its foundational beliefs are just completely shattered, well, you are definitely in the right place. Okay, let's dive into this. This powerful book explores the core premise of a society completely devastated by betrayal and the incredibly inspiring journey its people must take as they strive to heal. Here's a quick roadmap for today's analysis. We're going to cover the anatomy of betrayal, pathways to societal healing, the promise of technology, mending personal connections, the fragility of rebuilt trust, and, finally, securing a trusting future. Let's start with Section 1, the anatomy of betrayal. So, Aromano defines the fabric of trust as the interconnected network of relationships and institutions built on mutual reliance, honesty, and reliability. Think of it like a giant, invisible safety net. Now, when this fabric is torn apart by deceit, something genuinely chilling happens. In the Trustless Society Aromano describes, this warm interconnectedness is entirely replaced by a cold, calculating calculus of self-preservation. Literally, every single interaction becomes a risk assessment. We see this play out directly in the lives of the book's characters. Take Emily and John, for instance. At first, they operate out of this deep, almost paralyzing cynicism and paranoia. But, their journey is really about moving away from holding on to those emotional barriers and anger. To heal, they have to actively choose to embrace the solid bedrock of mutual respect, empathy, and forgiveness. Actually, it's a huge, difficult pivot to go from sheer self-preservation to actual transparency. Moving on to Section 2, Pathways to Societal Healing. Healing isn't just going to happen on its own, right? It requires structured, grassroots efforts. Aromano introduces us to characters like Sarah, a community organizer who creates truth and reconciliation hearings and community oversight committees. She's out there providing safe spaces for people to just share their experiences. Then there's John, who focuses heavily on the economic side of things by supporting local businesses. This shows us that rebuilding trust isn't just some abstract emotional exercise. It requires watchdog groups and real, tangible community action to restore stability. Section 3, the promise of technology. If you find this analysis valuable, please like and subscribe to Knowledge Lighthouse to help us bring more truths to light. And this brilliantly illustrates the technological roadmap to regaining faith. Step 1 relies on blockchain for verifiable, immutable records, so nobody can cook the books. Step 2 uses artificial intelligence. In the story, Dr. Maria Chen develops AI specifically for real-time fraud detection and robust cybersecurity. Then, Step 3 introduces DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations. Characters like John Smith advocate for these DAOs to create transparent, decentralized social networks where users actually control their own data. It's a real game changer. But, this whole tech redemption brings up a massive ethical question. Can we balance security with the fundamental right to privacy? The book dives straight into the tension between wanting invasive surveillance to prevent fraud and the absolute dangers of algorithmic bias and the loss of civil liberties. It's a great reminder that true accountability just can't come at the cost of basic human rights, making this a really critical balancing act for us all. Section 4, Mending Personal Connections. Transitioning from a trustless to a trusting mindset creates a massive internal conflict. There's this deep psychological battle between the desire for revenge and self-preservation, which is completely fueled by fear, versus the absolute necessity of forgiveness to achieve intimacy and stability. Aromano shows us that letting down those protective walls is terrifying for sure, but it is the only way individuals can truly thrive together again. Section 5, the fragility of rebuilt trust. It's crucial to understand that this new foundation is incredibly delicate. The characters are constantly haunted by the fear of history repeating itself. There's an ongoing, nagging temptation to revert to old habits of secrecy. They have to constantly guard against betrayal from within their own ranks, as well as external political or economic forces, and even unforeseen natural disasters. Maintaining this trust requires constant vigilance and continuous reassurance. Otherwise, the whole shebang, these fragile bonds, will easily unravel. Section 6, Securing a Trusting Future. So the crucial point is that global unity is absolutely non-negotiable. Multilateral collaborations like the UN are required to tackle deep-rooted corruption.
Bilateral alliances are essential for coordinating responses to massive cybersecurity threats. And hey, don't overlook Track 2 diplomacy. Those informal talks and cultural exchanges really reduce tensions and build rapport behind the scenes. Societies absolutely must pool resources and share intelligence to address global pandemics, cyber attacks, and historical injustices.
Which brings us to the ultimate thought-provoking question of Aromano's work. Will we succumb to fear or embrace the hope required to rebuild? Trust is never static, guys. It is a constantly evolving process that demands our daily, unwavering care. The choice between cynicism and hope is one we literally all have to make every single day. If you truly want to understand the profound depths of Aromano's vision, there is absolutely nothing quite like the value of holding the physical book in your hands. Taking the time to unplug, feeling the weight of the pages, and completely immersing yourself in these ideas is just an unmatched experience. For the complete deep dive, own the paperback. Get your copy through the link in the description. Please share this video and check the description for more.